Hey music world, John here from What's Spinning, here tonight to chat about this debut album from Hemlocke Springs. And it's called The Apple Tree Under the Sea. And like I said, this is her full-length debut. She is a North Carolina-based synth pop artist, and she's been at it for a few years now. A couple of years ago, she dropped the Going, Going, Gone EP, which was fueled by the viral success of the Girlfriend single. And not for nothing, while a very short EP, very quickly I became enamored with the personality on display here, the quirky performances, the 80s tinged production, and just instantly I felt like we had a very fresh new face at the forefront of synth pop. The synths were beefy, the hooks were playful, and while her vocals weren't always perfect, I thought that the charm of this thing carried it. Now, this is her full-length debut, however, it's still pretty damn short, just over 30 minutes. However, she's been dropping singles leading up to it since very late last year, and I was curious leading up to this thing, was this going to be a little bit more fun chaos, or is this going to be really her leveling up as an artist, which it definitely is. This album starts off with The Red Apple, and it feels like you're listening to the opening credits of a very colorful animated movie. It's short, but the swelling synths and the dramatic atmosphere really do reel you in. It's not just an intro, it's a tone setter, and a really good one too. Then we have the beginning of the end, one of the first singles dropped from this album. It's bright, it's bubbly, it's kaleidoscopic, it has a whole lot of layers to it. And let me tell you, the slick guitar work on this track really gives this one some dimension. It's not the catchiest track here, but she's doing such a great job of building up her little world for us to hear it in. Then we have Head, Shoulders, Knees, and Ankles, which I am addicted to as a single. This is my favorite of pop to a T. It is bubbly, it is manic, it's playful, and completely unhinged in the best way. The way that her vocals on this track just keep escalating, getting more chaotic by the minute, it just makes me smile. It makes this song feel alive, and I mean, it's funny, it's quirky, it's been stuck in my head for weeks, and it's just an awesome single all around. Not only that, but the final moments on this track are surprisingly gorgeous. The WWWWW single keeps that great energy going. I love the swirling synths and the subtle backing beat that we get here. Not only that, but there's a hell of a lot of charisma on display here. Her performance is dripping with swagger. I mean, yes, her vocals still need a little fine-tuning at points. They're not perfect, but I don't think that she ever really pretends that they are. Not only that, but the production and the personality on display here keeps sweeping me up in the vibes of this project. God, this is just such a colorful and competent debut record. And Hemlocke Springs is definitely going to be somebody to look out for in the next few years with synth pop. Now, it's not like Hemlocke Springs doesn't have room to grow still. Take, for example, Sever the Blight. It initially hit me a lot harder than it ended up hitting me in retrospect, but, it certainly has its good qualities to it. Like the last 30 seconds, I feel like this track really gets to where it's going, but a lot of the verses on this one just seem kind of rehashed and thrown together. Like the production still sounds really sharp, but she just does not really seem at home here. Also, the Sense Is Prelude is one of the least interesting cuts here. Atmospherically, it's fine. The vibes are certainly on deck. But structurally, I don't know. This just feels really unnecessary to me. On a half-hour record, this minute-and-a-half detour just seems like it really didn't need to be here. It really doesn't ruin anything, but it certainly doesn't elevate anything either. Outside of that, though, this album is a quirky, fun blast that I can't wait to listen to again. Moses is a deep cut that really does sneak up on you. Vocal layering is dramatic, the mood is slick, the atmosphere is really sharp. Love how nocturnal this track is and how hypnotic this beat comes off. Listen, for a glimpse of a more darker and more, stylish sound to Hemlocke Springs, give this track a listen. Sense Is absolutely money, one of my favorite deep cuts here. This just feels like an 80s pop anthem, just... This sounds like the best cover to the best 80s song that you've never heard, just shined up real nice. And I mean that in the best way. This track is larger than life. Her performance is confident, the production is gigantic, and Hemlocke Springs honestly does a really good job of stepping into the shoes of a more larger than life sound. Set Me Free brings in a sunnier and almost tropical vibe. And honestly, it might be the most current sounding track on this album. A lot of Hemlocke Springs music is rooted in the 80s and the 90s, but this sounds surprisingly hip, and it's done really well. She sounds confident here. It's steamy, but also doesn't really let go of that personality that's drove most of this record. And Be the Girl as a finale is the most progressive cut here. Not only that, at over 5 minutes, it's probably her most ambitious track to date. huge synths, immaculate production, and, you know, as this track goes on, it goes through different phases. This is a very mature track. It's heartfelt, it's powerful, it's cinematic. It ends off this album beautifully. It could have and probably should have been a single, but it also shows that Hemlocke Springs has a lot more ideas in the tank and there's more to come, and that excites me. This album is not perfect. You know, the vocals at points need a little bit of work still, and there are some consistency issues still, but as far as a fresh face in synth pop right now, here she is. This album is animated, it is quirky, it is fun, it is super catchy and confident, and I don't have a lot of bad things to say about it. It's a really impressive debut. I'm feeling a decent 8 on this one, but let me know what you all think down below. If you like the video, be sure to give us a like, give us a subscribe. If you're feeling froggy, turn those notifications on, and let me know down below what you would like for me to chat about in the future. And until next time, have a great day, friends.